Part of growing your business is about using social media and knowing how it works to attract new consumers. Knowing how the different social media platforms will take the information that you give it in your bio, from your posting, in your description boxes, to your name, titles, etc., and knowing how it takes that and puts it back into its algorithm to attract new clients is of the utmost importance. So how does it do this? All right. The first thing that you need to understand is that you need to know what niche you're in or what industry you're in, and that will help to dictate what kind of content you make. If you're talking about modifying or repairing cars, you're probably not going to be trying to attract mechanics, people who this is their job day in and day out. They work in a shop, they're changing oil, they're changing cars, they're doing this stuff for a living, right? Instead, you're probably attracting gearheads who they want to be like you. They want to do this very similar stuff, and they probably do, and they're looking at your content to get new ideas. The next example would be if you are a computer manufacturer who specializes in making computers that are specifically built for gaming efficiency. The niche that you're in, the industry that you're in, will help to determine what kind of content you make. So let's take the car guy as an example. He's probably not talking about how to do these type of modifications or these repairs. Instead, what he's probably doing is he's taking you guys along through a camera and just talking about how he's doing it, how he's approaching it, the results from it, or if there's any problems that have occurred that he wants to share. With the computer manufacturer example, while they're talking about their computers that they're making and they're talking about what's going inside of it, it's different in one key way, and that is that they are educating as well. The car guy isn't going to be talking about how to do the repairs. Nobody cares. The computer guys are going to be talking about how this particular piece of hardware, or if they brought out software, will affect your computer and how it will positively or even possibly negatively impact your performance. One will also be much more formal than the other. A computer manufacturer is probably going to appear in front of a camera wearing a polo shirt and is going to be wearing nice pants. Whereas the car guy doesn't really care. He's not attached to a business who cares about his image. He's probably going to appear in front of the camera with grease stains on his shirt and hat hair, or even just a hat on. And just in general, he's not going to have like the super clean, sleek, clean cut image. He doesn't have to, and nobody cares about that in that instance. The computer, they might. Knowing what niche or industry that you're in is only half of the equation. The other half is called SEO, or search engine optimization. Now, what this does is it takes keywords from your post or from your bio or from your title or whatever, and we'll put it through an AI program, a computer, and it will analyze these words, and it will figure out who then to send your content out to, so that it will, basically it's helping itself, but also helping you. So the way that a computer might see it is if you're writing a description about computers or whatever is the computer example, then you might try to use words like computer, a really obvious one. Software, another fairly obvious one. You might use like CPU or GPU or, RAM or memory or, computer parts. And the way that you write SEO is as if you were actually going to have somebody read it. Now, not a lot of people actually read description boxes or bios or captions or whatever, just because that takes more time, and people aren't always interested in taking that time when they could be doing something else. But there is still that off chance, don't get me wrong. But the main reason why you write as if an actual person were reading this is because, A, that was what it was meant to be done, that people were actually meant to read it, whether they do or don't. But also because an AI program can take the entire paragraph, let's say, and can use the words around the keywords as context, so it better knows who to send the content to. Now, the last part of this is just simply about giving it time. You will most likely be on social media for a year or 2 or 5, depending, before you start to see the results that you might expect, before you become insta-famous or some other version of success that you see in your head. That's okay, and that's perfectly normal. These people who just come up from nowhere is not normal. They are very rare, but it happens. And it's a good chance that you might be one, but it's also just as good of a chance that you will not be one. And you shouldn't expect to be one. The last part is about simply giving it time. Being able to maybe not necessarily stick to a really consistent schedule, being able to just post though, and continuing to post, and knowing how your audience tastes will shift over time and being able to adapt to those. Thank you so much for watching. And down in the comments, what is your favorite platform and why is that your favorite? Thank you so much for watching again. Have a great day.